Hey, what's up, guys? Imran here, Monster Gadgets. I hope you're all having a wonderful day wherever you might be. Thank you so much for joining me. In this video, I'm talking to you guys about everything I dislike about my Tesla Model 3 performance. And there are a few new things that I am going to talk about that I didn't on my previous videos when I was in my honeymoon phase. So let's go ahead and dive into it. All right, guys, welcome back. So I'm sure you caught my intro, and I talked a little bit about getting out of the honeymoon phase. And so when I previously did my videos, I talked about things I like and dislike, and there were a lot of things that I really couldn't come up with just because I haven't had the car for that long amount of time, and I had not driven it. So based on what I thought I disliked at that time, I of course shared with you guys at that, in those videos. Now that I've had the car for over 3 months, and I've actually driven it over 4,000 miles, I feel like I've got a pretty good grasp of the things that I don't like about this car. Sorry about my radar detector. Things that I don't like about this car. Now, in full disclosure, I will tell you this car is by far the best car I've ever driven. I absolutely love my Tesla Model 3 performance, but there's always things that come up that, in my opinion, and in full transparency, that there's room for improvements on. And some of these things are software related, some of these things are more hardware related, but just know that I'm talking just from my personal experience. I am not in any way or form bashing Tesla. I am a huge fan of Tesla, but at the same time, again, full transparency, there's things that Tesla can improve on. So let's go ahead and start with the first thing. The first thing that I feel like probably rubs me the wrong way is the fact that Sentry mode, there's two things for Sentry mode. Sentry mode number one is when I am approaching the car does connect to my Bluetooth, obviously via phone, and it knows that I'm approaching because I can go ahead and unlock my car. But it's not smart enough to know that it shouldn't alert me or it shouldn't activate Sentry mode when I'm approaching the car. And here's an example. So this was just yesterday. This is the footage directly from the Tesla cam of me coming near the car, going around it, and basically coming to unlock the door so I can get in. Well, I guess maybe it didn't connect fast enough to the Bluetooth, so that's probably why it does this. But I feel like what Tesla can possibly do is, while Sentry Mode might get activated, if the door is unlocked by my phone key in 10 seconds, 15 seconds, whatever it might be, it shouldn't alert me that there was a Sentry Mode event that took place. It can still happen, it can still record, it can still capture and do all those things, but I feel like the car should be smart enough to where if I unlock my car in the next 10, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, whatever, that it's not going to go ahead and alert me on my touchscreen about a Sentry Mode event happening. That way I'm not wasting my time going back and trying to look at the footage and saying, well, when did it actually happen? Was it me? Was it somebody else? Or whatever, things like that. So I think there's a huge room for improvement on that to minimize or eliminate Sentry Mode alerts. That way you're not wasting time going through it yourself when you know or could know that that was you actually entering the vehicle. So that is probably the number one thing that I dislike about my car. Second thing regarding the Sentry mode is when you're looking through footage, and I'll give you guys examples of that. I've tried the original USB drive that came with Tesla, came from Tesla, I'm sorry, and I've also tried a aftermarket USB drive. So it's not the speed that it's reading and writing at, but the scroll mechanism when you're going and viewing the footage, it just seems a bit laggy in the sense that if I move the scroll, it kind of goes there and then it kind of jumps back or jumps forward. It's not consistent playing those footages back. So let me go ahead and show you guys what I mean by that. So here's my touch screen, and I'm going to go ahead and go into my camera setting. I'm going to go ahead and launch my viewer, and this is going to bring up all the footage that has been recorded. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up Sentry mode, and let's just say, for example, here's one that it recorded before. And as you guys can see, here's a red dot of when that event actually happened. So while it's going to go ahead and play maybe some seconds before that, that's perfectly fine. A lot of times it's not that much of a gap. Sometimes it starts playing from here and then you got to wait for it to go there or scroll back and forth and see where the event actually happened to get to that red dot. So here's what I mean. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back. And as you guys can see, so I'm going to go ahead and start playing the footage from there. But if I want to get to the red dot, I'm going to go ahead and put this on the red dot and it's going to go back. And so as you can see, this is at 8:54. This event probably is another 30 seconds away. So 9:35. So I would have to basically watch that footage for that amount of time, and it doesn't really lock in where I want it to. So if I put it here, it'll be fine, and if I move it forward, it'll be okay. But if I go to the actual event, it moves it back by like about a minute. And I get it, there might be things happening before that, but if it's going to alert me that, hey, this event took place here, I want to jump to that exact event and see what happens. Now, if I need to scroll back and view it, I should be able to do that, but it should not be choppy enough to where it's giving me that type of footage. So I'll give you another example here. And as you can see, that started here. I didn't even do anything like that. So that event took place here, but it's starting to record from here. If I move it to that dot, again, it's before that, and it's more like, okay, come on, I want to get to the event, I want to see what happened, and it's just, to me, it's a bit of an annoyance to keep going back and forth like that. All right, the third thing I would probably say is a bit of an annoyance for me is, or again, room for improvement, is the seatbelts and how sensitive these sensors are. So I have, as you guys know if you follow me, or you might not know if you don't follow me, but you should, by the way, so go subscribe and give me a thumbs up. But I do have 4 kids, and a lot of times they are in this car as well, and I've had my youngest one, who's almost 2, her child seat in other cars, as well as of course this car, and when it's sitting there and it's not buckled in, it's always giving me this alert to buckle the seat in, and I can move it back and forth and try to make that sign go away, which it does like that. And then, of course, if I'm driving, the seat moves back and all of a sudden the sign comes back. I haven't had that happen in my other cars. So while the seat doesn't weigh a whole lot, these sensors are extremely sensitive and it does pick up on that. And for me, it's like, okay, if I leave the seat buckled in, that sign goes away, which is fine. But then when I have my child basically in my arms, it's difficult to unbuckle the seatbelt and then put the child in and put the buckle back on. So I'm not sure why it's that sensitive. I wish there was a way to maybe cancel it or disregard that alert, but it does continuously alert me, especially while I'm driving, if the seat moves, that it's not buckled in. While in my other cars, that does not happen as long as the child is not in the seat. So I wish there was a fix for that, so that way I'm not having to continuously buckle the seat while it's empty. And then again, it's more of an annoyance when you have the child in your hand to try to unbuckle that and then put the child in and buckle it back in. So again, not a huge thing, but it's one of those things that definitely some room for improvement in my opinion. The fourth thing I dislike is the fact that the volume control on this is a bit annoying to function with the phone. And what I mean by that is, if I'm playing a track and I go ahead and adjust my volume up and down here, there are times where I have left and exited the car at probably medium or somewhere halfway, and when I go to play my music from my phone, all of a sudden it's like cranked up all the way and it's basically super, super loud. And I quickly need to just go ahead and use the scroll wheel to bring it down. And it literally blows out your ears when it does that. It happens probably 3 or 4 times out of 10, but it happens enough to where it's annoying. And if I have my kids in the car, it does kind of scare them because it's super loud and basically, again, playing at the loudest volume possible, and I quickly got to put the volume down and make it to where it's more comfortable. So this is probably something that can be solved by a software update, and I think that's an easy fix, but that is a super, super annoying thing that happens in my Tesla Model 3 Performance. All right, guys, last but not least, the fifth thing I would tell you is a bit of an annoyance for me is when I have my phone in my back pocket and I'm approaching the car, a lot of times it does not even recognize it. So I go ahead and push the button in to unlock and pull the door open, and I'm basically just kind of standing outside because it has not connected the Bluetooth to the car, so that way I can go ahead and unlock and get in the car. I will tell you, each and every time I've tried it with having the phone in my front pocket, which I don't know how many of you actually, or I mean, I don't do it, but I don't know how many people actually put their phone in the front pocket. So let me know in the comment section below if that's something that you do. But I always have my phone in my back pocket, and a lot of times that just does not work. So I literally got to take my phone out. It quickly connects. I go ahead and unlock the door and get in. So I'm not sure if the range can be improved on the Bluetooth connectivity, so that way, regardless if it's in your back pocket or front pocket, it can go ahead and connect to your car. But I know each and every time that I've done it in the front pocket, or if I had my phone in my hand, hands down, it connects without a problem. I can go ahead and unlock and get in. It's no issue. But in the back pocket, it's a bit sketchy. It doesn't always connect and causes a delay. And I look like an idiot basically sometimes when I approach my car and I'm trying to unlock it and it's not unlocking. And I got to pull my phone out let it unlock, get in. And so again, small thing, but something to improve on. Alright guys, so those are the 5 things I find to be annoying or room for improvement to improve on for Tesla. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think, or if you agree with me, disagree with me, or maybe there's some other things that you've come across that are a bit of annoyance for you after having ownership of your Tesla. But so far, that's it. And again, I absolutely love my car. Best car that I've ever driven. The most fun, the most safe, the most enjoyable car that I've ever driven. So I know these are small things Tesla can certainly improve on, and not a big deal, but wanted to share with you if you are coming in as a new user or a new owner, or if you're looking to purchase a Tesla, just FYI, these small things do exist. So hopefully you guys found this video to be helpful. If you did, if you have not already, make sure you give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.